I'm Mitch Altman, a hacker, a geek, inventor, and author, and co-founder of NoiseBridge, one of the early hackerspaces in this country. So I'm here at the Maker Faire. With the help of element14, we organized a hackerspace challenge, the Great Global Hackerspace Challenge, where hackerspaces from all over the world built something that they were hoping and wanting to help with education. And we picked 3 finalists, and they're all been flown in here with the help of element14 to show off what they do so that we can pick the coolest.
We made a biosensor array. It's got a number of different sensors for telling what's going on in a person's body.
Basically, the primary sensor is EKG sensor or electrocardiogram sensor.
We have a galvanic skin response sensor, which measures skin conductance.
We also have a CO2 mask that reads the CO2 in our respiration. We think kids can use this project in schools to see their body parameters.
They can see either on a computer screen or on a projector all the different physiological data being visualized for them. So they'll see their EKG, they'll see their CO2, all this different information about what's going on inside their bodies.
The picture is like 1,000 words. This device helps you build that picture.
This is Feltronics. It's an electronics project kit done in a large format using a lot of felt. We wanted a way to teach kids electronics, and so we sort of came up with this idea of doing it in large format, and felt works really well. Some of the benefits to using felt are kids like it. It's approachable. They touch it, it's fuzzy, it's fun, it's hard to break. So up here, what you see is a flip-flop or an astable multi-vibrator. With this, not only do you see the schematic representation, which is what you'd study in a textbook, but you also get an actual working circuit, and it lays out the same, and that's just, it's so cool.
We have built Phonicubes, which is a system for teaching kids English using the phonics system, which is kind of a way of teaching kids English by saying the sounds of letters rather than the actual names. Well, Phonicubes is aimed at the kind of maybe 3 to 6, 7-year-olds. So it can be used in any situation where you're teaching kids English, either at home or at schools. So you've got these RFID cards here that have got pictures of your target words. The owl has got a little coil in its face that does the RFID reading. If you wave the card over its face, it'll ask you to spell a word. So if we grab hack.
Can you spell hack?
It's asked me to spell hack, so I'm going to try and find the right letters. We've got H, A, and then CK is 1 block.
Hack. Well done. Let's try another word.
So the competition was to create a piece of electronics hardware in the hackerspace to help education, to use a portable power supply so we can move it onto the stage, and so it has a wide use across the country and across the world, and to use a microcontroller. I'd like Quincy Acklin with Feltronics to take the stage.
So what grade levels have you tested it with?
Well, my own kids, 4, 6, and 8, as well as we've done quite a bit with 5th graders that loved it. In North Carolina, they do an electronics program or electricity program in 4th grade. They really like the idea as well that you can put an LED in backwards. There's a lot of stuff out there that says, no, kids shouldn't be allowed to fail, and I learned through failure. And we think that's really important, that you can fail fast, learn from it, and move on and be successful.
I would like to bring to the stage Dan and Avner from Pumping Station 1.
I'd like to know what was your resting heart rate and what is your heart rate right now?
My heart rate is very high right now. It's racing.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the hacks that you all did for it? Like you were telling me about the CO2 sensor and how you modified that.
Yes, one of our colleagues modified a stock CO2 sensor that we mounted on, actually I think this is a painting respirator mask. The CO2 sensor is modified such that it outputs an analog signal.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Dan and Avner. Great presentation. Next up, Toby from the British Riviera, Build Brighton.
So did you hack a game to get that cute little owl?
The owl was actually designed by one of our members, Steve. We're quite lucky to have a graphic designer in our space that owns his own laser cutter.
How easy would it be to extend it to more letters or?
It's a good question. There's a limit to how many letters you can spell with these particular types of cubes because it's using resistance, and you'd either need like a higher precision ADC, or you'd need to find some other way of doing it.
Who, ladies and gentlemen, the jury, would like to give the final announcement of the grand prize winner? It probably has to be Mitch. When we first started this project, people getting an email personally from Mitch Altman was like having Jim Morrison ask you if you want to come over and jam. Mr. Mitch Altman, would you like to give the pronouncement on the stage today, Maker Faire, May, Bay Area?
But we just went with our feelings more than anything else, so we each picked two that we thought were the coolest, and we picked the one that we all had overlap for. So, Feltronics.
Feltronics, give it up for Feltronics. Come up here, Quincy Acklin.
Wow, we didn't actually think we'd make it here, so we're really happy. Yeah, this is really cool. We had so much fun doing it.
Thank you very much, Quincy. Please pull that soldering iron out of the trophy. element14.com/hackerspaces. Find out about the projects that are going to change your schools.